We have made it to the 8 o'clock hour of semifinal week of the LHSAA football playoffs. Every week we've done a Allstate Sugar Bowl interview of the week. This week we're going to cap it off. That's our last one for the season, as next week we will be broadcasting live from the Caesars Superdome. So tonight we're going to end it off with Jeff Hundley. Jeff is the CEO of the Allstate Sugar Bowl. He started in that role in July of 2019. He's been with the Sugar Bowl total for about 30 years. He's also been the executive director of the New Orleans College Football Championship Host Committee for that 2020 College Football Playoff National Championship that, oh, by the way, the LSU Tigers won. And this year, he actually had to oversee that first kickoff game hosted by the Sugar Bowl with Florida State, unfortunately upending LSU in that game. And right now, he's getting ready for the next All-State Sugar Bowl. Teams this year to be announced. We'll talk about that with Jeff a little bit. So let's welcome into the program tonight the CEO of the Allstate Sugar Bowl, our buddy Jeff Hundley. Jeff, thanks so much for joining us tonight in the program. We're glad to have you with us.
It's great to be with you again, Brad. Always an exciting time of year at the high school ranks as well as the Sugar Bowl time. So we're looking forward to the days ahead.
Well, Jeff, let's start off with the Sugar Bowl. This year will be the 89th Sugar Bowl, and there's a lot of teams out there that are vying for this matchup. But if you go through the CFP rankings, which came out earlier this week, probably really no lose for you. I mean, every team that's probably in the race to come to the Sugar Bowl is going to be a win-win for the city, right?
Yeah, we really feel that we're in good position going into the final conference championship weekend. Should work out well. Again, this year we have the best of the SEC and the Big 12 conferences that aren't in the playoff, and the teams that are out there, are really, really good with good fan bases. People, often forget that, the primary mission of the Sugar Bowl when it was started back in the 1930s was to host a football game, yes, but to host a football game for tourism. And so, the fan bases of the potential options that we have out there right now are all very good and strong. So we think it'll be exciting, and this will be the first time in a few years now where we haven't had kind of the specter of COVID at some form or fashion hanging over the game. So we, should feel and be a lot more normal than it has been for the past couple of years.
So tell us a little bit about that. I know the game still went on with COVID, but I'm sure there are a lot of restrictions in place. Teams probably not able to enjoy some of the little festivities that y'all put on for them, going out to eat or having these little contests and things like that. How is the hopeful return to normal schedule this year looking for the teams?
Well, it's good. You're right in that, the very first year that COVID hit, we had a CFP semifinal game that we hosted, and, we were only allowed to have 3,000 fans in the stadium for that, and absolutely no other events. We did do, I guess, one event in the hotel for Clemson, but Ohio State, they didn't even fly in until the day before the game that evening. So, there wasn't a lot of hospitality that we could show there. And then last year, it was looking like it was going to be a normal game. And then at the last minute, the CFP came out and it was due to a spike in COVID at the time. Came out and allowed teams to adjust their travel schedules. So, we had planned 6 days worth of activities, and all of a sudden, the teams were coming in for only, 2 nights before the game. And so we had to adjust and to that scenario. It worked out fine, and we had a great crowd and all that. And, we were able to have a full stadium, but we weren't able to do the full hospitality and, to give the student athletes and the fans the full Sugar Bowl experience. So, again, this year I think we'll have all of our events. Our parade will be back, though it won't be on New Year's because the game's on New Year's Eve. So our parade will be on December 30th in the afternoon then, and then we'll do all the the other events leading up to that. We expect the teams will probably arrive either Christmas night or on the 26th of December. So we'll have them in and look forward to a good few days with them.
That's one thing you mentioned. Any fans interested in hanging out, if their team is or isn't in the game, they can always, as you said, go out there and enjoy some of those free festivities, the parade. You mentioned one of them. So there's always something for fans to do, even if their team isn't playing in the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, that absolutely. You can check all of our events on the allstatesugarbowl.org website and find out what we have lined up for people. And again, we're excited. It's one more step towards normalcy, and we think it'll be a good year. And with the enthusiasm that we're already feeling, I don't think it's a big secret, but barring some changes that we don't presently foresee, Kansas State, appears to be, a likely candidate on the Big 12 side. And our phones have been ringing off the hook all week from the Kansas State people. And that fan base, while perhaps unfamiliar to people here in New Orleans, is got a legendary status as a traveling group. And so, and it also helps us. There's a little bit of history tied with Kansas State and the Sugar Bowl. We passed on them. It's probably back in 2011.
Jeff, not going to be happy about that.
Yeah. We passed on them and took Virginia Tech, and we heard about it for the better part of 2 years afterwards from the K-State fan base. And this will be a chance to rectify that and show them a good time, and we'll look forward to it if indeed they do end up coming.
So their good time actually this year is going to have to start really early because history for the Sugar Bowl has been most recently late night kickoffs. But this year, as you said, we got something a little bit different, and these fans, they better tone it down the night before because they have to get up early to come to kickoff this year, right?
They're either going to have to tone it down the night before or they're going to have to stay up all night.
Pull it through, right? Pull through it all night.
Yeah, we're scheduled for an 11 a.m. kickoff on December 31st. That's something new for us. We haven't played on New Year's Eve since 1995, and even then that was a night game. So this is something new, and it was made necessary by the NFL expanding their regular season schedule to 17 games, and all of a sudden our scheduled date of Monday, January 2nd, we were going head-to-head with Monday Night Football, and if somebody has to move, it's not likely going to be the NFL. so we had to find another time slot. This will work for us, and because of the way it falls, the 31st being on a Saturday, we feel like people will come and have an opportunity to spend the weekend here. So it could be good tourism-wise for the city, and we certainly hope fans will take advantage of that opportunity.
Well, Jeff, one of the things you mentioned earlier was the Sugar Bowl is a football game, but it also exists to bring tourism and bring that to the forefront and the spotlight on the city of New Orleans. But the Sugar Bowl also does a lot of community involvement as well, and we've been so blessed to have you, the Allstate Sugar Bowl, sponsor our program for the last several years. And this year, you're returning as the sponsor of the LHSAA Championships next weekend in the Superdome. So tell our fans a little bit about that and that community involvement, how important it was to get back as that banner sponsor for the high school kids.
Well, we're elated to be back involved with the LHSAA. That's been an important partnership. It was for a long time, and we've now, unfortunately, due to some circumstances that we don't need to go into here, but we had to step away for a year, and we're back in, and we're thrilled that both the select and non-select divisions, all of them, will be playing under one roof here in the Dome this year. We're excited to have everybody back together. And, it's important, it's really part of the Sugar Bowl's DNA, our support of youth and high school athletics. It's something that we the Sugar Bowl committee has long taken great pride in, and something that we devote a lot of money towards, quite frankly, throughout the year. And so again, to be connected with these important state championship games, again, another big tourism event for the city. We're going to have people coming in from all over the state, for these championship games, and we're just humbled and proud to be a part of it.
All right. Well, Jeff, I know you're busy. We appreciate you jumping on, but you're not getting out here without taking Brad's bar exam. So we get 60 seconds. It's all true, false. All true, false. I make sure everybody passes. 60 seconds. You ready to take it?
Let's go.
All right. True or false? You grew up down in the bayou near Cocodrie, hunting alligators and shucking oysters.
That'd be false.
You grew up.
I might have liked to have.
You actually grew up in Iowa playing football, basketball, and unfortunately shoveling snow.
A task that I'm glad I no longer have to worry about. No.
True or false? The Sugar Bowl brings us, the WWL crew, po' boys and beignets every Friday night.
As much as we like you guys, that'd be a false.
All right. The Sugar Bowl brings in about $200 million to the local economy each year.
That's a true, and a true that we're very proud of.
True or false? The Sugar Bowl features teams from the SEC and Big 12.
Correct. That's true.
True or false? The Sugar Bowl can actually pick any two teams at once.
That is incorrect. We have, by the nature of our SEC Big 12 contract, we get the best teams not in the playoff from those two leagues.
True or false? Teams for the Sugar Bowl are actually designated by the conferences after the CFP rankings are released.
True right there.
True or false? The Sugar Bowl also sponsors the Manning Award for the top college quarterback in the nation.
True, and that's we're excited. We've had a lot of good candidates this year. Looking forward to see how that plays out.
The Manning Award will not go to Arch Manning this year because he's not in college.
That is correct. As good a year as Arch had, he's got to be in college first before he can win the award with his name on it.
True or false? The Sugar Bowl is designated as one of the New Year's Day bowls.
Yeah, we're part of the New Year's Six, we'd say. So although we're playing on New Year's Eve.
Well, that's the next one. True or false? The Sugar Bowl is actually not played on New Year's Day this year.
That's correct. True.
All right, Jeff, you got them all right. Congratulations, man. I know it was a hard one you had to study for, so we'll let you get back to work. I know you're really busy right now getting ready for the Sugar Bowl and everything that the city's going to put on, so we enjoy everything that you've done for us this year, hosting our show as you have for several years, the Sugar Bowl has, and good luck and keep working at it hard. I'm sure the Sugar Bowl is going to be a great one coming up in the next few weeks.
Well, I appreciate that, Brad, and if you allow me just to say thanks to you and your team there at WWL. You all do a great service to this community with what you do on Friday nights, and I've enjoyed listening throughout the season. It's a way to keep track if I can't be at a game, so great work, and keep it up.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jeff.
All right, Brad. Thanks.
There you go, CEO of the Sugar Bowl, Jeff Hundley. We're going to take a break, come back, get you a couple more reports, get you some scores. We'll set things up, tell you who is going to be playing for the LHSAA championships next week. Don't touch the dial. Stay with us. We're here to 10:30, only on the Allstate Sugar Bowl Prep Football Roundup right here on WWL.